What do you do in the face of doubt? What do you do when everything around you tells you that your existence is a burden? And what do you do when deep down you start to feel the same way too? Toji Fushiguro, formerly Toji Zen'in, was a part of the world-renowned Zen'in clan growing up, a clan that prides itself on strength, dominance, and honor. This clan is home to some of the world's strongest sorcerers and remains as one of the most powerful families in the Jujutsu world. Having the honor to call yourself a Zen'in is ultimately a privilege, and honestly, a privilege that most sorcerers would die for. But for Toji, unfortunately, his family name was only a curse. A family that prides itself on honor was his curse. A family that prides itself on dominance was his curse. A family that prides itself on strength was his curse. Because it's cursed to be born into the strongest clan in the world if you yourself aren't strong. And that was Toji's true curse. A kid's childhood is one's innocent stage of life, walled off from the horrors of the world and feeling only the warmth of a loving home. But just like many children, unfortunately, Toji's loving home was his horror. You see, the Zen'in clan is known for housing prodigies whose curse techniques are out of this world, techniques even capable of dethroning Gojo of the Six Eyes, the god of Jujutsu. So this clan trains its members diligently, making sure to uphold this pristine reputation. But the true horror resides in Toji, as he was a child born without any ability to use curse energy. So for a clan so elite as the Zen'in, Toji was utterly useless. How can we rival the Gojo clan if Toji doesn't have any techniques? How can our family stay powerful if Toji can't be a sorcerer? How can the Zen'in be strong if Toji Zen'in is not strong? All of these thoughts were thoughts that were instilled in Toji's child brain as he became the victim of his family's gruesome abuse. From torture to neglect and to almost outright execution, he never had a true childhood. Toji was stripped of his innocence and was exposed to the true horrors of this Jujutsu world. And as someone like Maki took that pain and used it to overcome her odds and try to rise to the top of the Zen'in clan, Toji did the opposite. Toji fell deeper and deeper into his despair. Being told time after time that you are weak and you'll never amount to anything, after a while, you might just start to believe it. And in Toji's case, how couldn't you? Your entire family is full of sorcerers with these otherworldly abilities, being able to exercise that of the strongest curses of this world. And on top of that, even your family name alone is enough to command the respect of anybody in the room. So if you're a child born into that family who isn't able to do a fraction of what your relatives can't do, what dark corners would your mind wander to? All of this made Toji grow resentment towards the Zen'in clan, and which made him ultimately abandon the clan in its entirety. He opted for a different way of living. Since the clan hated him so much, he directed that hate right back at them by killing those just like the Zen'in. He became a sorcerer assassin. But do not get it wrong, Toji's anger was only a mask for his sadness underneath. He realized that his abuse was not only the product of his family, but rather a Jujutsu world that divides society into godlike sorcerers and low-existence monkeys. Toji is angry that sorcerers view him as a monkey, but is ultimately sad because he feels the same. So he spent his days leaning into that anger by killing sorcerers as a way to get back at them, but at the same time, he kills to rid himself of his doubt, his sadness, because maybe one day if he kills enough sorcerers, maybe he won't feel like a monkey anymore. And being isolated by that pain is nothing short of unbearable. But true sadness came after he met his wife and after he had Megumi. What happens when you aren't on your own anymore? What happens when other people have to rely on you? How can you live with yourself? It's said that having a child is a pivotal moment in your emotional journey, as now someone else is at stake and how you respond to the real world. And Toji's response, well, was rather bleak, opting for one full with anger, hating the sorcery world, and one of self-hate, holding anger to himself for never feeling enough. And this was externalized by his reckless lifestyle, doing freelance assassin work, sleeping around with multiple women, and blowing his exorbitant contract money on gambling. But can you do that with a wife? Can you do that with a kid? When Toji met his wife, someone whose name is unknown to this point still, he started to turn his life around. He recognized how amazing this woman was, and it gave him confidence to attack this evil world with an open heart. He loved her so much that he even took her last name, Fushiguro, as a token of admiration, but also a symbolistic baptism of his former life. And with the addition of Megami, this is the closest thing Toji has ever had to a real family. But this life wouldn't be Toji's if it was a happy one. Soon after, Toji's wife succumbs to an illness and dies. The same person who saved him from his reckless, self-destructing lifestyle is now gone. So what other reason does he have not to go back to the life he was living? So soon after his wife dies, Toji abandons Megami and his sister, arranges to sell Megami off when he gets older, and goes back to his old lifestyle. A potential to move forward after his wife's passing and focus on being the best father around became a dead dream when Toji fell back into his old ways. But was this monkey really doomed to live this horrid life? Or was it self-inflicted? What seems to be the case of a deadbeat father, unable to step up after the passing of his wife, becomes more than what meets the eye when you take a look deeper. In his arrangement with the Zen'in clan to buy Megami when he gets his curse technique, he said he wasn't selfishly motivated by the large amounts of money he'd get by selling off his 10 Shadow son. And honestly, it was quite the opposite. He says that since Megami's potential as a sorcerer is so great, his life would be better off being praised by the Zen'in clan and thus the sorcerer world than being raised by just a gambling serial killer. And this might have been true. Growing up a Zen'in prodigy would have granted so many opportunities and luxuries for Megami as opposed to the chaotic and unstable life that would have ensued with being the son of Toji. So that's it. Toji makes the biggest sacrifice of all and gives away his only kin. And what was left is a life where he leans into his anger and lives a self-destructing life that leads to him dying at the hands of Gojo. The end. The life of Toji. But why though? Why did it have to go down like this? Why couldn't Toji change his life around and become a dad for his son? Why did Toji go back to his lonely life? Well, if you knew Toji, then you knew loneliness is all he's ever known. And in his mind, loneliness is all he ever deserves. Being plagued with the trauma that Toji has can almost do irreversible damage to your heart, and thus becomes a subtle reflection of the decisions you make in life with said damaged heart. But sometimes when you hate yourself, sometimes when you truly believe that you're not worth anything, you subconsciously gravitate towards things that ruin you, because in your mind, you deserve it. But inversely, you sprint away from things that might better you, that might better your life, because in your mind, you don't deserve it. You see, Toji didn't run away from fatherhood because Megami would have lived a terrible life. He ran away from fatherhood because he didn't think he deserved it. Fatherhood, an experience that changes men, one full of many cries and laughter, hugs and moments of vulnerability. It's one of the few gifts that this accursed sorcerer world has to offer. And for someone who lived a life of abuse, tormented by his clan, and tormented by the idea that he's not enough, in his mind, being a good father was only the luxury of good people, not for a lowly monkey like him. So after his wife's passing, he pushed away all that he loved, and he pushed away the only lifestyle that could have made him love himself. And while he's taking his dying breaths, he realizes all of this. He realizes the endless abuse from the Zen'in clan gave him insecurities that manifested into pride, only to be fulfilled by killing sorcerers, pride which led him to try to kill the greatest sorcerer to ever exist, and then failing, and then wishing he could take it all back. Say what you want about Toji, but if there's one thing you can't say, is that he didn't love Megami. In his last moments, Megami was all that came to his mind. He was his rock. He was his light in a cage of darkness. He was his only hope that maybe he could actually be someone in this life, someone he could be proud of. And that's why he asked Gojo to take care of his son in his final moments. He finally realized that he doesn't want Megami to be cursed by the Zen'in clan, cursed with twisted ideas of power and importance, which led Toji to having half his body blown off and then dying alone. And furthermore, that's why when Toji meets his son in Shibuya and finds out he was never sold to the clan, it's the most at peace he's been with himself the entire series. Toji wasn't the greatest dad, no one's denying that, but greatest dad, deep down, wasn't a title that he thought he deserved. In his mind, he was just a lowly monkey, Instead, he ran away and indulged in his vices, which ultimately led to his demise. But maybe if things weren't so dark, maybe if he was never abused, maybe if he was never conditioned to always feel inferior, maybe if he was able to appreciate his triumphs and learn to love himself, maybe Toji as a father wouldn't have been half bad. Toji Zen'in, the man who left it all behind.